What's up, guys? I just ate some spirulina, which is like an algae. It's really, I know that sounds gross, but it's one of the healthiest foods, and especially as a vegan, like it's like a multivitamin. So my face or my mouth is kind of green. I might make this, I wash my face, but my mouth is definitely green. I might make this black and white so you guys don't have to see that. But today I went on a 13-mile run. Around the 12th mile, my left ankle gave, and I kind of healed it to the 13th mile, and then I wanted to keep going. I went on for a little bit, and then my body was just like, yo, like, you gotta stop and heal. You know, get your body back, and then you can come back strong another day. And today was very particular. It was a cold day and it was a rainy day, which set like a really interesting vibe for the run. And I was pacing myself again because, you know, my ankle was kind of giving me trouble the whole time. But at one point during the run, there were these two young runners behind me, and they had like their short shorts on and their running gear and stuff like that, and they were talking casually, and they were, you know, like gonna pass me and stuff. And I started running with them for a second, and then I realized, like, I'm not gonna let these guys pass me. Like, I don't want these guys to pass me. So I sped up. And I sped up a lot, so I got way ahead of them. And then at one point during the run, I could hear them talking. I looked, and they were right next to me again. And this, you know, maybe 5 minutes later, and I gunned it again. And this was the dynamic during the run. At one point, I was like, I don't want these guys even close to me. So I just sprinted to the best of my ability. Obviously, this is like around the 8th mile or something. But, you know, I dropped my average, you know, at that point. Originally I was probably getting in the 9s or even 10s, but at this point, you know, I was on the 7th, 8th, 9th mile, and I was getting like in the 8 range just because I wanted to stay ahead of these guys. And I went around the loop of the end of the trail, and I went back into the trail, and I noticed that they weren't on my tail anymore, and I was moving up around the corner. I could see that they had stopped and they were catching their breath. And I made eye contact with them, and we nodded and acknowledged each other, and I was like, you know, what's up, guys? Like, thank you and stuff. And, you know, I went to give one of them a fist pound and stuff. Young dudes, they were probably about 16 years old. So there was a mutual respect, and I was really thankful for, you know, them being behind me, and you know, I think they understood that they were encouraging me, because, you know, every time they got close, I just gunned it. But you know, I kept running the trail, and probably another 2 miles, I sensed people behind me, and even though I had music on, I turned back and I saw them, and they were behind me, and they were leaving the trail, and they waved, and I waved back, and, you know, they said, hey, have a good one, man. I was like, thanks, guys, you know, I appreciate it, peace. And what I could say from this experience is competition is a really healthy thing. It can be a really healthy thing. Like, there was a mutual respect between me and them. You know, like, those guys are awesome, and them just being behind me gave me a new reference that encouraged me to have such a better workout, and I was so thankful for that. So, you know, different events where there's challenges, the competition can be the event itself, you know, like a marathon or a race or something like that. Or the competition can be you. Or the competition can be, you know, you are with other people who are doing something similar. And that's it's nice to have that, because what it does is because of those runners, I had a different pace, and it's just such a wonderful thing. Competition is a wonderful thing. I mean, bottom line, I guess that's the gist of this video, and this is an example of how it can be beneficial. So if you're involved in anything, if you're around a lot of people who are, you know, passionate about whatever you're involved in, you know, say that's painting, say that's, you know, working out, or business or investing, if you're around other passionate people, it's extremely inspiring, because you have now these other higher standards, you have these other people who have these high standards around you. So it creates a culture of development, of growth. So that's it. You know, that's what I wanted to say. And yeah, it's making me think a lot, because I'm realizing the more I'm around people who are like-minded, the more I'm going to improve, because they have those same goals as me, and I'm not alone. Like, now I have, you know, other people that I can not compare myself to in a negative way, but compare myself to in order to help me grow. So, cool beans, guys. Peace, peace. Have a good one.